So, as my game Rubble Space is a survival game, there's going to be various different meters and stuff that you have to keep track of. Compiled a list of everyone I could possibly think of, so let's go down the list and see what we should add. Health, I think, is a no-brainer. It's in basically every survival game, we gotta have it. Hunger, I'm not too sure about. In my vision, I don't really see gathering food as a core part of the gameplay loop, so maybe you'll need to create farms and stuff to sustain your civilizations, but I don't think you'll need food to sustain yourself. Thirst, I'm gonna say no, just because I don't see water being that abundant in space. Oxygen is interesting, because it would make sense, for a game in space, but also, you're not wearing spacesuits, this game isn't that realistic, and I would have no idea where you would get oxygen. So if you have any ideas for that, then tell me. I'll put it at a maybe. Sleep will definitely be in the game, but probably just as a way to skip time, not something you actually have to do. I had this idea where in the later game, if you set your ship to autopilot and then sleep, it's basically fast traveling, because it skips time to when you're at your destination. Mental state / stability is in a couple survival games, like Don't Starve, but it's not the vibe I'm going for. Stamina, I don't really see a use for. I can't think of any abilities that I would add that would need stamina. Now for a couple environment-based ones. Temperature I'm definitely including. It makes sense as a progress gate. You need like a heat-resistant ship in order to go to planets closer to the sun, maybe even into the sun, who knows. Pressure is kind of the same reason that I'm skeptical on oxygen. If we're going for realism, then pressure's bad everywhere. And I don't really think it makes sense to add. Radiation kind of serves the same function as temperature, as a progress gate, but for later in the game, getting very close or into the sun. Alright, so a lot of these were inconclusive, so I'll be sure to think about it more. Let me know if you disagree or if you come up with something I didn't think of.